bring your hands towards your heart and say, Namaste, Namaste to each and every one of us. And we're going to start standing. Spread your toes, bring your hands by the sides of your body. Roll the shoulders back. And just close your eyes for a moment. Feeling your feet on the floor, feeling grounded. Feeling your neck long, your shoulders relaxed. So inhale and exhale. And from this space, put an intention for your practice today. And this week on Thursday was Thanksgiving, so maybe you can think of something that you are grateful for. And bring your hands towards your heart. Put that seed of gratitude inside your hands, like if your hands were a seed. And bow your head to it, so that this that you are grateful for will continue being there for you. Good. Hello, Willow. How are you? So Kathy was frozen, obviously. I'm going to stay close to the screen because Asta and Katie are having issues to log in. So just where you're standing, we're going to start breathing in, bringing the arms up, and breathing out, bringing the arms to the side. Hello, Katie. You were frozen before. I saw your little one. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, down. Come on, Willow. You do it as well if you're there. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, down. Now see if you can come onto your tiptoes as you bring your arms up, all the way towards the sky. Exhale, bring them down. Asta also had problems with Zoom, Katie, so that's why I'm close to the screen. You should be standing. Good. Now we're going to go sideways. If you feel comfortable lifting onto your toes, keep doing it. That's it. Very good. Like if you were flying, and your arms can be soft. That's it. Good. Keep breathing. One more. Now bring your arms all the way up. Stay on your tiptoes. Reach up. If you can, look towards the sky as you're reaching. And then we're going to exhale forcefully, going, ha! Inhale, bring your arms up, come onto your tiptoes. Exhale, ha! Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, ha! Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, ha! Stay on your forward fold, feet hip distance. Grab hold of your elbows. And sway your upper body side to side. Letting go of any stress, any worries. Inhale, bring your hands onto your shins and flatten your back. Straightening your back, straightening your neck is in line with your spine. And exhale, release. Lift your feet and bring the whole of your hands underneath your feet. So your knees are still bent. We are stretching the wrists. So this is a wrist stretch. In order to stretch your wrist, you need to bring your toes to the crease of your wrists. And then if you can, start straightening your legs. By having your hands underneath your feet, you will feel that you get a bit more stretch on your calf muscles. Two of you, Katie. That's it. You can lift both. I can have different angles of view. Yes. Just don't put the audio on because it will be echo forever. Lovely. Good. And release your hands from underneath your feet. Bring your fingertips onto the floor and bring your right leg back. And bending the left knee. Just feel that stretch all the way back onto your right leg, your right hip flexor. Maybe gently bring the knee onto the floor. If this is painful on the knee, keep the leg off the floor. So keeping the leg off the floor will be a little bit more demanding on the hips. But if the knees are hurting, then we keep the leg off the floor. Bring the left arm up, opening up. Feel that stretch in the whole body. See where your hand wants to go. And then bring the hand back onto the floor. Bring the back foot forwards and bring the front foot back. So your left leg comes back. And your right hand is, your left hand is on the floor. Your right hand opens up. Breathe, expand. Feel the whole front of the body. And exhale. Release. Bring the leg back into plank. So the right leg is back into plank. And be fully in plank. Your shoulders are pushing up. Your belly is working. Bring your knees onto the floor. And bend your elbows, bringing your body down slowly towards the ground. Release your feet, shoulders back and down, elbows towards your ribs. Press your legs onto the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release down. Tag your toes. Downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. And walk your dog. Releasing your hips, release your whole body. Shake your head, nod your head. And bring your right elbow onto the floor and bring your left leg up. This shouldn't be a lot of effort. We are just trying to stretch that left leg and hip. And extend and bend the left leg. And straighten the elbow, change sides. Left elbow on the floor, right leg up. And bend and extend. Feel that side body. And coming back to center, walk your feet towards your hands, step by step by step. And release the head down, grab hold of your elbows. Just a little bit of a stretch in here. And very gently rolling up, arms up. Exhale, hands towards your heart. Good. Shake your arms, shake your legs. See where you're at. Asta, are you seeing us? Don't know if we can't see you, but can you see us? I know you have issues with the connection this morning. Right. We can't hear you. Hopefully you are able to do the class. All right, good. So we're going to do a little bit of a flow. We're going to try to bring the heartbeat up. So if you need to modify to go a little bit slower, please do. And always listen to your breath. Your breath is the indication of how you're doing. If your breath becomes Too short, if you are holding your breath, it means that you're going a little bit too far. So just listen to your breath. Good. And Lisa, please be mindful of your knees. Come to the front of the mat. We're going to do a Surya Namaskara A, so salutation A, bringing one leg back and then the other, but we're going to put things in between, so just listen to it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, hands by the sides of your feet, and bring your right leg back. And sway backwards and forwards with your left knee. Just warming up the hamstring a little bit. Then bring yourselves to the side and stretch the inner thigh. That's it. Maybe lift the toes, maybe not. Bring yourselves back to center. Good. Fingertips on the floor. Engage your belly, and we're going to suppleness. That's it. Just swap once. Your right leg is forwards. Bring your left foot onto the floor and just stretch the inner thigh. Should be a nice stretch. If you want, you can lift your toes. I find it better with my toes on the floor. And bring it back to center. Lovely. And we're going to switch legs again. And switch. That's it. Fingertips on the floor. If you need to use blocks, use blocks. Switch, 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 switch. Lovely. The right leg is forwards. The left leg is back. Inhale, arms up. So the back leg is with the heel off the floor. Knee is over the ankle. And you can bend the back knee a little bit so that your hip is comfortably forward. Inhale, look up, opening the chest. Exhale, rotate, looking over your right. Yes, that's it. Good. So this is a twist. Now, if you can, bring the right leg, hand onto the right leg, left arm overhead. Maybe open the chest. Good. And inhale, come back to center. Release the back heel and come into your warrior two. So in here, if there are problems with the knees, I will turn around to look at you. Lisa, the knee that is injured should be soft. I always indicate for the back leg to be nice and straight, but if there is an injury, you shouldn't put too much pressure on that knee. So we are in warrior two with the right leg forwards, left leg back. Breathe deeply. Now see if you can extend the front leg and reach towards the front, coming into a triangle. Lovely. Look towards the ceiling if you can. If not, you can look towards the screen or towards horizon. Lovely. Push onto the front foot, come back into your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands onto the floor, leg back into plank. Knees onto the floor, really gently, or you can stay in plank. We're going to do 7 press-ups. Inhale, elbows by the sides of the ribs for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Inhale, cobra. And stay in cobra for 3 breaths. If you need to be lower in cobra, you can. If your hands want to be further away from your chest, you can do that as well. Even the hands forwards count. And exhale, Crocodile, hands underneath your forehead. Shake your hips, have a quick rest in here. Catching your breath. If your lower back is giving you jib, you can bend your knees and sway your shins side to side. And then bring your hands by the sides of your chest, shoulders back and down, elbows towards each other. Tag your toes under. You can go through your knees or just on an exhale, push up into your downward facing dog. Breathe and let your heels go down towards the floor, bellies in. And bring your feet together, close together. Lift your head, looking towards your hands. And we're going to do some bunny hops. So the bunny hops might be just here. Be careful with the impact on the knees. What would be best is that you dare to bring the bunny hops towards your hands. As long as your head stays up, then your hands will hold you. Keep your belly engaged. One more. And then maybe bring your feet close to your hands. Good. Flat back. Exhale. Fall forwards. Inhale. Come all the way up. And exhale. Release. Good. Shake your arms, shake your legs. We're going to do all the same on the other leg. Are we ready? Yes. Let's do it. So I'm starting with my feet hip distance apart. If you prefer to start with your legs together, you can as well. Hip distance, you can check it by bending your knees. And from where you're standing, you should be able to see your big toes, and your little toes are covered by your knees. Your feet should be parallel to each other, parallel to the long end of the mat. Good. Inhale, bring your arms around and up. Stretching up. Exhale, soften your knees and fold forwards. Inhale, straighten your back. Exhale, bend your knees and bring your left leg back into a low lunge. And rock backwards and forwards. Warming up that hamstring. You can bend the back knee when you go back, or you can keep both legs straight if you prefer. See what feels best. Good. Now, fingertips on the floor. I am pushing my chest up, bracing my abs, and then switch legs. And switch, and switch, and switch. Switch, switch, switch. Switch, and your right leg stays forwards, left leg back. Good, lovely. Breathe and coming up into your high lunge. That's it. So the back knee can be bent a little bit so that your hips are facing forwards. Breathe deeply. And inhale, twist towards your bent leg. For some reason, I think that I'm doing the same leg. Yes, we must be doing the same leg. So let's go to the other leg. Hands onto the floor and the left leg stays forwards, the right leg back. That's it. Just make sure you're doing the leg that you haven't done. It happens, especially when the sequences are long. Twist towards your bent knee. Breathe deeply. The back leg can be bent. Then maybe reach towards your back hand and come into a sun warrior. Sun warrior with a twist. Strong. Breathe. If your breath is compromised, then stay on the twist. And then release, coming into your warrior two. Warrior two, leading with your left leg. Inhale, extend and reach and come into your triangle. Breathe deeply. You can look towards the sky, or you can look towards the floor, or you can look towards the horizon, wherever your neck feels best. One more breath here. And bend your front knee, come back into your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands onto the floor, leg back into plank. So we're going to do the 7 press-ups. You can have your knees on the floor or be in plank. You can cross your ankles if you want to, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that you keep your neck and your head aligned. If my head is facing down, then I'm putting more effort onto my arms and the neck will not feel very happy. Belly engaged, and we go down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Well done. Crocodile. Maybe you want to inhale through your nose and exhale through pierced lips. Flatten your lips like this. It's a shame I can't hear you. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. One more. And relax. And you can sway your knees, your shins side to side if you have any tension in your lower back. So you might wonder why that funny breath. That breath relaxes the face and it slows down the exhale. Bring your hands by the sides of your chest, shoulders back and down, elbows towards each other. Engage your abdomen, tuck your toes under, and either coming through your knees or all the way up, bring yourselves into a down dog. Inhale. And as you exhale, come into down dog. And are we ready? We're going to do our bunny hops. So don't be shy. If you wanted to do it with a wall behind you, just to make sure that you don't overtake yourself, you can, but don't be too close. So that the wall will be about, 50 centimeters from your hands. So inhale, bunny hops, bunny hops. 2 more. Last one. And then bring your feet near your hands. Shake your head, not your head. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fall forwards. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale. Release. Shake your arms, shake your legs, roll your shoulders. Lovely. And as we're catching our breath, and before we go into our floor sequence, we're going to do a balancing posture. So bring your arms parallel to the floor and hug yourselves. Good. Just observe which arm is on top, which arm is underneath. Probably your leading arm is on top. And I'm having my hands towards my shoulder blades. I'm giving myself a nice big hug and let the head go to one side, stretching that side of the neck, and then to the other side, stretching the other side of the neck. And bring your head back to center. Some of you might remember when we did partner yoga and then we went into a circle and we held hands and we were pulling away from each other, getting a nice stretch. Those days will return at some point, let's hope so. All right, so now we're going to bring the weight onto the left foot and lift the right leg. This is Flamingo Pose. So the leg doesn't need to be close to the chest, it can be just hanging off your hip. And close your eyes. Close your eyes and keep your balance. If you need to tap the floor, you can. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your eyes, release and release, check your arms. If you were wobbling a lot, it means that you need to practice this one. Maybe when you're brushing your teeth, you can keep one leg up and brush your teeth. This Flamingo Pose will really strengthen the little muscles on the feet and train your body for more balance. So if you have your right arm over your left, now have your left arm over your right. That's it. And the hands are trying to reach towards the scalps, the scapulas. And bring the head to one side. Stretching that side of the neck. And then to the other side. And bring it back to center. Now we'll bring the weight onto the right leg. Hopefully a little bit more stable on that one. Our leading leg will be satisfying. Bend your knee. And the leg is not too high, it's just at the height of the knee. And close your eyes. Finding your balance in this space without using your gaze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, open your eyes, check your arms. Never mind if you were all wobbling all over the place. Never mind, you'll get it at some point. Interlace your fingers behind your back and stretch your hands down with your elbows bent. So I'm not bringing my hands away, I'm pushing my hands down and opening my chest. And if this is enough, you stay there. If you want a little bit more, look up towards the sky. And exhale, stretch forwards, arching, arching, arching. And release, we are going to go towards the floor. So, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, hands by the sides of your feet. We're going to push into plank. So jump back into plank, but push your hands onto the floor as you were doing on your bunny hop. That will slow down the descent. Come over your wrists, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, down dog. Inhale, look towards your hands and bring your knees onto the floor gently. So Lisa, if you need a cushion underneath your knees on this one, please take a cushion. And we're going to bring the right leg to the side. And we're going to walk towards the foot, bringing the left hand to hold onto the right outer edge of the foot. And then see if you can bring your elbow towards the floor and open up into a twist. I'll show you from another angle. So if your knees are sensitive, you can even go into a child's pose and have a rest. Having a rest is always a good idea if you need to. So what we're doing is having one knee on the floor, the other leg out. Bring the opposite hand to hold onto the outer edge of the foot. Elbow comes onto the floor and twist. If this is too much, you can also have your elbow further forwards, and that will give you a bit more of a chance. Lovely. And bring yourselves back to center. Change sides. So feel free to use cushion. The leg comes to the side. The outer edge of the foot is parallel to the mat. So the foot is not facing out, it's facing forwards. And bring the opposite hand to hold onto the outer edge of the foot. Elbow on the floor. And then twist. And release, bring yourselves back to center. And make a little mouse shape, child's pose. You can have your hands underneath your forehead, just giving yourselves a nice moment of rest. Maybe you want to have your head on the floor and your hands behind. Maybe give a little bit of a massage to your neck and shoulders. Always an area that we need to pay attention to. Lovely. And bring yourselves up onto your knees. Good. So, Lisa, if this really hurts your knees, just go into a shoulder bridge on the floor. We're going to do our Camel's pose. So bring your hands onto your lower back. Fingers are pointing down towards the floor. I like to push my hands down as I stretch my chest up. So my aim is not going behind myself. My aim is going up and expanding the upper chest. I find it that if I go from my lower back, it pinches. So I prefer to expand up, engage the abdomens, and gently arch back. And inhale, bring yourselves back to center. Now tuck the toes under. Check where your heels are. Can you reach easily? Check on the other side. Can you reach easily? So for Camel's pose, we bring both hands onto the ankles and open the chest, and the head goes back. For some of us, Colette, this might be a little bit too much for you, so you can just bring your hands onto your hips and open up. We're going to do one at a time to start with, just to check it out. So see if you can reach onto your heel. Then you have to turn your chest, and maybe if it feels okay, bring your arm up. Expanding and breathing. Good. Don't drop your head too much. Bring the left hand onto the hip, coming back to center. Have a little rest, maybe sway your hips, cat-cow, maybe child's pose. Just see what your body's asking you for. There's no rush. We want to be kind to our bodies, ahimsa, non-violence towards the body. We just want to bring it to the best place that it can be, but it doesn't have to do everything we ask it. We'll listen to what the body says. If the body says no, then we take an option. Do something else. You can do shoulder bridge instead of this. Bring your left hand onto your left ankle, right hand on your hip. And then you turn your chest and you try to look up. this might be enough. If you want more, if you feel capable of, you can bring your arm up. Breathe. And release, bring the hand back onto your hip. And release your lower back. See what you want to do now. You don't have to do the same on each side. I feel more like swaying my shoulders on my child's pose on this side. Lovely. Now, we're going to go with both hands towards the heels. If this is too much, just come here and stay there. We're going to do what's right for us. If I can reach my heels with my feet down, but it is a little bit too much for my lower back. So I bring the toes onto the floor. That gives me a few more inches to reach onto. So if you are in top position, then your hands can come up and then come onto your heels and bring it up. This is really strong for the knees. So Lisa, just go into child's pose. Full camel's pose. And exhale. Release. Remove tension from the back. Camel is a tough posture, so if it's not for you today, don't worry about it. We're going to go into a contra posture of a forward fold. If you're using a cushion, or even if you aren't, you can get a cushion now and place it underneath your knees. Lovely. Bring your hands by the sides of your hips, shoulders back and down, push the fingertips onto the floor, and lift your legs and lower. Lift and lower. This, by the way, is a good exercise to strengthen the sides of the knees without impact. So Lisa, this is homework for you and for me. Good. One more. Feel the abs engaging as you do it. And now we're going to expand the chest and just walk the hands really slowly. As soon as you feel the lower back pull in a little bit, just stay there, hollow your belly, press your pelvic floor in and up, and then see if you can come a little bit further forwards. We're still with the neck straight, the back as straight as we can have it. We're not arching yet, so keep expanding in the diagonal, like to the corner of the room. Walk your hands a little bit more. Pelvic floor in and up, belly in. Keep breathing. Feel the stretch in the lower back. The hamstrings are not being demanded too much. If you want to also stretch your hamstrings, press your knees down towards your support. And everything is working right now. Your pelvic floor is in and up. Your back is expanding to the diagonal. Your belly is pulling in. One more breath. Hands onto your feet. And then release your head. And relax everything that was tensing. Your pelvic floor, your belly, your legs, your neck. Maybe you can even put your forearms onto your shins. That's it. And breathe. Keep breathing. And inhale. Bring yourselves up. Take the cushion from underneath your knees. And bring yourselves onto the floor. Watch for a moment before you go down. So we're going to come into a gentle twist. We've done really hard twists on our high lunge with reverse warrior. So the cushion, if you have a cushion, you can put it onto the floor to hold your legs further up or between your knees to shelter your knees. We're going to just open the chest and come into a comfortable twist. You might even want to make the cushion higher so that the knee is a little bit higher than your hips. Just see what feels right for you. So when you're ready, bring the cushion either in between or onto the floor. And your knees, the closest your knees are towards your chest, the higher your twist. If you bring your knees further away from your twist will be more onto your lower back. So you can have the knees in or out, or you can have one knee in and the other knee outstretched. Whatever you might need to make your body feel yummy, feel nice and cared for. And the arm that we are not twisting towards. I have my legs towards the right. My left arm is moving a little bit just to find that point of maximum stretch. But nice stretch, not maximum stretch with pain, maximum stretch with pleasure. Let it go. And really gently bring yourselves back to center. Happy baby. In happy baby, we aim at having the whole of the spine on the floor. The neck will not reach the floor, but the lower back will be nice and flat. And try to think that your tailbone is pulling away from you so that the spine is getting like a little pull. And if it feels good, you can rock side to side. And bring your knees together towards the chest. Change the cushion either between your legs or underneath your knees. Bring the legs to one side, to the opposite side to what you did before. And see how you feel. Maybe on this side, you want to stretch the leg up. Maybe you want to bring it down. Maybe you just leave it there and you hold it with your opposite hand. Listen to your body, become your own gurus, become the experts on what's right for you. I cannot tell you what's right for you. You have to find out. You have to let your mind know what your body can do. One more breath. And bring yourselves back to center, back into happy baby. Good, and we can do an inversion, either legs up, or maybe if you have your cushion, you can put the cushion underneath your hips and it feels really nice. Or you can come into your shoulder stand if you feel inspired to do that today. Whichever way you are, if you are in shoulder stand, you will have 10 breaths in shoulder stand, 5 breaths in halasana, and then come down. If you are in a supported shoulder stand, you will have 15 breaths in here. Just stay in there. Choose your position now. And we are going to start counting our breaths. Trying to calm the mind by winding down in preparation for our Shavasana. This class has been demanding in many ways, so be proud of yourselves that you've done it. You might be one step closer to your handstand. You might be feeling your body getting stronger and subtler at the same time. The most important thing that I want you to feel in your yoga classes is that you're starting to understand your mind, understand your body, understand what's right. If you've done your 10 breaths in shoulder stand, come into halasana. And if you've done all of the 15 breaths, which is probably the case, come onto the floor. Take a moment on a constructive rest with your knees together, feet apart. And if you had a support underneath your hips, you can take it out. Maybe you will use it underneath your head for your shavasana. Coming into fish, hands onto the floor, point your toes, shoulders back, open your chest. Inhale, lift your head, release your hands from underneath your knees, release your feet. If there is discomfort on your lower back, you could have your cushion underneath your thighs, and that will really relax the lower back and take the weight of the legs onto the cushion. If your lower back is okay, but your neck needs support, then bring the cushion under your head. You can have your knees bent or outstretched. As we didn't start with a shavasana at the beginning, we're going to do a little bit of a longer shavasana with pranayama now at the end. I stay seated whilst you stay lying down so that you can hear me better. And yes, Sarah, that's a good idea. This is a good time to get a blanket, to get a jumper. Make sure that you stay warm. Lovely. And if you don't feel like lying down in shavasana, you can stay seated. It's always an option. And close your eyes wherever you are. And bring your attention to your toes. Relax your toes. Relax your ankles. Relax calf muscles. Relax your knees. Feel your whole body sinking down towards the floor. And your hips are supported and relaxed. Relax your lower back, middle back, your upper back. Your shoulders are relaxed. Relax your arms, elbows, forearms, wrists and hands. Relax your scalp and your forehead. Features on your face are relaxed. Finally, relax your brain. Go within. And focus on your breath. Noticing the quality of your breath, temperature of your breath. And as you're relaxing here, trying to let go of any thoughts that might come into your mind. I'm going to share with you the Gayatri Mantra. If you know it, you can repeat it in your mind. If you don't know it, just listen. And if after listening a couple of times, you think that you start knowing the melody, some of the words, you can repeat it mentally. Om Bhuru Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuru Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuru Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuru Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuru Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuru Bhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Feel bathed by the magic of the Gayatri Mantra. This is a healing mantra. Mantra dedicated to the sun. Feel the sunshine as if it was right now, bathing your body, kissing each part that might need healing, that might be rest, might need a bit of attention. Just feel that energy burning through all that no longer serves you. And you can stay in your Shavasana for a little bit longer. Or if you wanted to, if If you wanted to close the class with your Oms and Shantis with me, just wiggle your toes and your fingers. Have a nice stretch. And bring yourselves up into a seated position. Keep your eyes closed, back straight, neck long, shoulders relaxed. You can bring your palms together and your thumbs pressing against your heart, remembering that you're grateful for, that seed that you planted at the beginning of the class. And inhale to begin, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Rub your palms together. Make the movement a little faster and place your palms over your face. Inhale deeply. Open your eyes to the darkness of your hands. Slide your hands to your chest and bow your heads. Namaste. Give yourselves a big clap. Well done.